Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Ramble session on a Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a great week and a great weekend. We had, let's see here. Oh, it was pretty uneventful, I think. Yep, pretty uneventful. But I did I'm just making sure you guys are in frame. Oh, and let me tell you as well, thank you so much for your feedback on the sound issues. I don't think I ever had sound issues, or at least nobody told me, or maybe I never asked. But today I am using my earbuds, so I'm hoping that you guys can hear me fine. Please let me know in the comments if this is better. I myself don't have a problem hearing, and yes, I do. Well, I have a problem hearing, but not my videos. And I asked my husband, I played one for him, and he said, no, I can hear you fine. However, I do turn it up, or I just put my earbuds in. And I have issues hearing anyway, but besides that point, there are a lot of different videos that I watch where people actually have like a professional microphone and everything, and I still can't hear them. So I don't know. Hopefully, this is better for you guys. Let me know down in the comments. Unfortunately, my coughing and clearing of the throat will probably be right in your ear. So I don't know. Anywho, this is my March journal. I finally finished it up. I'm filming this on April 2nd. I always film my ramble sessions for Monday on Sunday. So this I'll get into in a second. And yeah, I was super thrilled to just sit in here and finish up everything. I had pages from the beginning of the month that I needed to finish and all that. And yesterday I actually filmed my flip throughs for this journal. And so you'll be seeing that coming up this week. I absolutely have been loving these little journals, and they are just simply made out of a white mailing envelope. Super duper simple. And if you want to know how to make one, there's a link down below. Always check the links below, okay? Because in the links below, I will have mentioned anybody that I have, I will link to anyone I have mentioned, their YouTube channel, in some cases, their IG account or Instagram account, and all that. So always make sure you check the description box below. Also, down below in the description box, and I know it's kind of, arduous to go through all the junk that's in there, but I do have, excuse me, there's that. I do have, links to how I make certain junk journals, different ways I make junk journals. I have how I used to use composition books and how I fitted those to meet my needs. I have all those links below. I do have an Amazon store finally, a storefront. I hope I did it properly. I don't even know because I'm not tech savvy at all. So I did spend some time, I think it was this past week, getting that put together. So all the links to everything will be, below in my Amazon store. And what else? Oh, printables. Yes. If I have any printables that I have made, I like to put them up for free. So whenever I do one of them, I will put the Google Doc link below so that you can get whatever, printables you want, and they are totally free. So that's, I think, is all the housekeeping, I do believe. So yeah, I'm super thrilled that I finished this book. This is my 49th book, which makes this one, my April journal, my 50th book. Okay. Oh my goodness. And I used to, way back when I first started, well, you guys can go back to that if you so desire. Also, not down in the links below, but on my channel itself, you can go to the playlists, and I have playlists for everything that I do, and you can just search in there for any particular video that you want to see. But where was I going with that? Okay, yes. I used to work in composition books, then they weren't big enough, so I expanded the composition books. And then last year, when we were in the midst of moving, and also I was working full time, I just used a Moleskine journal and put like 6 months in one book and 6 months in another. That was something I had never done. It was okay. And then I got on the bandwagon of, not really the bandwagon, but I got the itch to just start experimenting and making journals out of other things. So I have those videos listed below. But this last one that I made, and this is, I think, like my fourth one, I don't know which, but anyway, I've made a couple of these, and I made them, like I said, out of a 9 by 12 white, just plain white mailing envelope, and I love them. They feel so great in my hand. They're just the perfect size. They're especially the perfect size for like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper just to fold in half. And I just use various papers found around, my craft room, right? So again, you'll see the flip through of this coming week. So yeah, you'll see everything that's in here, including all the stories that go with it. And now I really enjoy doing it month by month. I used to do my books 2 months at a time. And yeah, now I just really enjoy doing it this way. I put a variety of papers in here. The only ones that I found that I don't particularly care for are my own. What is this? It's composition paper that I've reused from the composition books that I've used in the past. And I dye them with food coloring. But I don't like the way that my Flair pens work on it. They feather and bleed and all of that. So I'm not a fan of that. But if I were to use like a ballpoint pen or a different pen, then it would be better. But anyway, so there's that. So the other thing I wanted to show you in here is I do believe it was prompt number 4, and it was so fun. And that prompt that I'm speaking of is, they're my gems. They went down to Key West. They had so much fun. Yeah, my daughter left last Friday and we were missing her so much. And she went straight home and then turned right around with her brother and a group of friends and went down to Key West to go see my son's favorite band, Guster, and as a birthday present from his fiance. So they had a really great time, and there they are there. This is it right here. Now, this was a lot of fun because a lot of times when I do these prompts, and let me tell you, this prompt is from inspired, the hashtag is inspired to create underscore, well, let me go back. Inspired number 2, create underscore 2023. And the prompts come from Allison at AJ's Inspired Life and Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. And they have been super fun. Now, this is the first time that I haven't done just like a one-off. I actually included it in my journaling. So that was a lot of fun. And the word was spring. And what you do is, let me see, in here I had, yeah, right here. This was my little list that I had made. Let's see if I can get this out of here. So I like to write down what I'm doing, right? So I know what I'm doing. So what you do is you take the word, the prompt word that they give you, and then you make it into like an acrostic. So each of these letters, you pick something to use on whatever you're making, right? So in this case, I used stickers, I used photo for P, I used ribbon for R, I used ink for I used notepad for N, and I used gems for the G. Now, the reason I did something to add into my book is because my kids had sent me these this one I actually stole off Instagram from my daughter. But my son sent me this picture, and then immediately I thought of ink. And this spring was sitting here. I was waiting to figure out what I was going to do. And then they sent me these pictures, and I thought, ooh, ink. Well, that's what you call a tattoo. My kids had got tattoos while they were down there. And yes, I couldn't believe they did it without me because I've been wanting another tattoo. So, anywho, this was super fun to make, and I love, again, that I included it in my book. Like other ones that I have done of their prompts, like are just one-offs, you know? Like this first one, this was prompt, I do believe number one. I'm not, I think. Yeah, it was green. And this was prompt number one. So I just did a one-off collage in here. And then I had another one right here. This was number three. I did not do number two, which was rainbow, but this was St. Patty's for number three. And I just made a one-off tag, right? So this one here was one that I actually used in my book to do my journaling on, and it was super, super fun. So in the background here are the gems, right? This is scrapbook paper that was given to me. And then this lined paper right here, and on this side, you can see a gem. I actually got this notepad at Dollar Tree. And so that was my notepad for it. And then I used a bunch of stickers on, you know, on here. And this one here, I had in my stash from when we used to live in the Keys. And, well, we had a house there anyway. So at any rate, I've been wanting to use this, yeah, for a long time. So I would collect little stickers from there, and I had this one also in my stash because Key West is mile marker 0 in the state of Florida. So I was able to use up some stickers, and that was cool. And then let's see what else. The ink is, of course, the tattoos that they got. The notepad, I already said, and the gems not only are the gems here on the paper, but I call my children my gems. Why? Because they're precious. Yes. So I think that was it, right? Stickers. Oh, and then this is the ribbon, which this I received in Happy Mail too, and I just love it. I think it's like part of a scarf or something, but I used it twice. I just love it. So there was that, and that was loads of fun to make. And this goes back in here. So I will put this in here. This is yummy tea that I got from Sweet Allison. She had sent me a Happy Mail. Oops, wrong way. Because I put this little like piece of extra lace on here. And I love using tea bag, the pouches as pockets. It's just so fun. And then, yeah, I finished up, I kind of dwindle or peter out like toward the end of every month. So the last few pages are just like super duper simple. They're not anything to write home about, but it's documented, it's in the book. And so I was happy. I was happy with it. And especially when I don't have a lot to write about. You know, I got this, I think, from a Lakeside catalog. That is a free catalog. And then on this day, super, super sweet, I did receive just a beautiful, beautiful Happy Mail from my sweet friend Perrette in Canada. I had sent her a painted card just to let her know that I was thinking about her and praying for her. And then she turned around and just sent me such a thoughtful Happy Mail. And this is her beautiful card. And so, yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then this is the end of the book. Now, what I'm going to do here, I think, is do the newest, or the fifth. There were 5 Wednesdays in March. And Allison and Melissa, they put out their word of the week. They do it once a week, their prompts once a week. So they give the word for the prompt out every Wednesday. And yeah, so I think I'm going to just use my page right here. I'll probably just rip off this flap here. There's no reason to have it here. And I'll do my little thing here, and it will be just a one-off, I do believe. And so the new word for the 5th week of March was clover. And so these are the things that I picked to use for that prompt. And I picked color, lines, oval, vellum, envelope, rabbit. So I went through my stash right before I got on here, and I have some pictures of rabbits. I also have stickers and all sorts of things. I'll show you that in a minute. So these are subject to change. These are just things that I picked out. This is from Daphne's Diary. And so I might use this and put some lines on it, I don't know, to make a little tag or something. And then this is my oval. So I'll take an X-Acto and cut the oval out, and I will use this because it's a beautiful picture on a different page. And then I can, glue this in. Now, I'm not sure, it might, yeah, it'll fit that way. and it might fit that way. Yeah, so I might just glue this in, cut this out. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I have this oval too, which is just simply stunning. I love that. So I might, again, cut this out to make a little window, glue this down, and then I can make a little tag perhaps out of one of these, put my little bunny rabbit on it, put some lines on the back, and yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So this I need to keep out. And there you have it. This is my March book all completely done, and I'm so glad. Yeah, so look forward this week on Wednesday and Friday. I will have the flip through for that going up. And yeah, there, that goes in there. Let's set that aside and I'll show you this. This I made finally. Excuse me again. Okay. Oh, also this past week, you guys saw me make this. It was kind of backwards. Like I made it on Friday, but then I sorted on another day. And so this goes in this little basket, right? So that I can use all this stuff, just sit somewhere, whether it's here at my desk or out at the coffee table or whatever, and, you know, make little things to put in this cute little journal. And this is just a very simple journal. I've already started making things you would have seen on Friday. I think I added some stuff after too. I don't know why that's there, but yeah, I think I added maybe some stuff onto here. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I finished this out. I think that was at the end of Friday's video, but yeah, I finished this little thing out just because, right? It was a little girl that I had drawn a while back. I did add this little kiss on here. Scraps of paper. This is from Sweet Allison, and just, you know, a little quote thing at the bottom. And I just love how it turned out. Added a sticker there. I don't think I did too much more in this. I don't think. But this is just a little journal filled with a bunch of scraps of paper and everything. Super easy to put together. Oh yeah, I added this fringe on here. And I still need to make like a little tag or something to put in here. Yeah, this was super fun to do. And thank you, Kylie, for this. I finally found a place to use it. And it's not because I didn't want to use it. It's because I hoard my stuff. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I got that years ago. I do believe it came in a faux flow swap, and that was a long time ago. But anyway, yeah, just made some cute little things. And so if you missed those videos, they were from last week. So yeah, so that was super fun to do, and I can't wait to just continue working in this. I hope it's not too glary, but yeah. And then this is a beautiful, look at that, beautiful envelope from my sweet, sweet Perrette. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll use this. I don't know. Anyway, this all goes in here, all in this little basket of bits. Basket o bits, and I can just play with it anytime I want and, you know, relax. So then comes this. So I made this, and I actually made it in time, and I put a tassel on it this time. Whereas with my March one, I failed to put my holes in to put my dangle or tassel or whatever. I did not do that on this one. And I just simply forgot. So this one has none. It just doesn't have one on it, and that's the way it's going to stay. I could always pop a hole in here and put it, whatever, but it's fine. Once I'm done with a journal, I really am done, you know? Yeah, I'm ready to move on. And that's one of the things, too, that I like about doing the journals this way, just with 1 month in them, because then I get to design a new cover for the next month, and it's just super fun. So with this one here, I did put a tassel on, and on here is just because April is kind of like a holy month for, that's what I call it, a holy month for me because of Easter and all of that, the resurrection. I put an anchor on here and like vintage buttons. I put down here life. a little thing, and a butterfly, which symbolizes new life for me, a little bead. Yeah, so this was a lot of fun. And I just used ribbons and stuff that are, look at that pretty button I got in Happy Mail. So pretty. I used, eyelash trim and silk ribbon and different things all in kind of like pastel-y colors, like Eastery colors. And then this right here, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like a carrot, if you ask me. But yesterday, my husband and I, we just went out for a drive, and we went to like it was a park. It was a park, but it was like a walkway under a causeway, and it was super cool. We saw dolphin, we saw a bunch of fish. Yeah, we took our pup Remy with us, and so we were walking along the little path, and my husband found this, which is like a bobber thing, for fishing. And he was like, "Oh, do you want this for your book?" It's pretty light. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll put it on my tassels." So there it is, and this is going to always remind me about that walk that we took under the bridge. So that was fun. This is trim that I used from a Happy Mail that Allison gave me, and I just love it. This is a piece of vintage, linen fabric that I just glued on here. And then again, this is made from just a simple white mailing envelope, 9 by 12. It's just the perfect size. And then what I did with this one, I don't have anything in here. Well, I do, but anyway, we'll go like this. So this is how I made it. I just simply collaged on it. Some people call these master boards. I think I used to call them like quilted paper or something. Excuse me. Some people call it Frankenstein, whatever you call it. To me, it's just a collage on paper. This time I actually did my binding so that the little bow thing would be on the outside instead of the inside. I sewed it all the way around because in this book here, and in previous books that I've used these envelopes, I've left this open to be a pocket. And as you can see, I haven't used it. So I didn't feel I needed it. So I just sewed it all up. I used washi tape from Happy Mail. It's from Allison. I do believe this punch was in Happy Mail. I just have a bin of scraps, This is vintage wallpaper here and here. So just a bunch of scraps, put them down, called it macaroni, and I love the way it turned out. I did these little things on watercolor paper, and then if you notice the little, this is a symbol of Easter. I put a little faith-based sticker on here that I got in Amazon. This is actually from Your Creative Studio. And yeah, I just drew these on here, and then this is kind of like 3D, right? I just took a little piece of, I don't know what kind of material that is, and put the little, I don't know what that's called, a robe, a sash, whatever, for that. So that's how I made that, and I had a lot of fun making it. And then when we go inside, see the tassel you just put up like that so that it doesn't get in your way. On here, on this side here, I put some vintage trim. I cut out this little vintage piece of whatever this is. I don't even know. Put this song in here, Blessed Assurance, that my daughter gave me from her church a while back. And I think I might just go ahead and put that in the back, just like that, right? I'll either cut it down or something because I love this song so much. And yeah, so I'll do that. I don't know what that is. Anyway, doesn't matter. I did the inside the same way. Like I just collaged the whole inside with bits of paper. So it looks like that, right? Isn't that pretty? And then I decided to put a little pocket because I wanted to go through all my stickers and everything and get out like the Easter stuff, the springy stuff, all of that, and leave it in here so that I make sure to use it. So all of those go right in there. So I have them right at the ready when I start doing my journal. And then this right here is just from a goodie bag. You can use so many things that are around you. This we happen to get at the antique store, they were having this like spring fling sale or something when we went with my son and his fiance. And so they gave out these little, treat sacks. And I thought, well, I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to use it. Usually I put a piece of vellum in here that I love. I love printing on vellum. It's just beautiful. But I ended up putting this in here instead because why not? Why not use it? So there's the opening part, and then this is just a piece of coloring paper, and I thought it was just in my stash, and I thought it was beautiful because of the flowers, and now it's springtime and all of that. So I did that. I might color it, I might not. I like the contrast of black and white next to a bunch of color. And then within the book, I only used 3 types of paper. I did not use any of my dyed paper in here. And most of the time, if you've been on here at all and you see my journal with me's and my flip throughs, I cover up what's on the page. So I try to use like fairly plain paper within my journal. They're all pretty uniform in size. Sometimes they're wider, in which case I can use this as a pocket or whatever the case is. I could take this and flip it around and use it as a pocket on this page. Might or might not. Oh, maybe I will do that because see this right here, this is something else that I do differently in my journals now is I have a 2-page layout, whereas before I only used to use 1 page for each day. And I really like the real estate. I like being able to have the room if I need it. And if I don't need it, that's okay too, because sometimes I just do like this, and I just put something big in there. Sorry if there's a glare. And it, if I don't have a whole lot to write about. I don't know how many of those I did in this one, but yeah, like this here, I didn't have a lot to write about. So I just used this side, just for a larger picture. Sometimes I do a collage on that page, if I don't have a lot to write about, and a quote or something, But this was April 1st, and this is the day that my husband and I went to the little park thing. And so, yeah, I have a picture to put in here. I could easily stick that, in here. These also I wanted to put in here. These were, well, this was in my stash, so I need to put this somewhere. And then never give up. I love this. Never surrender. And this is for my sweet friend, Perrette. So I want to put that in there. So I'm just going to stick this right here. So when I get to working on this journal, I'll have it right there. The other paper I used was just plain old. This came from just a journal, a regular store-bought journal. It was staple bound, so it's super easy to just undo the staples and use the paper. That and then these are Molly and Rex papers from a Molly and Rex journal, and I used to collect them. If you've been around for ages on my channel, you'll know I used to have, well, I still have a thing for Molly and Rex. They're just beautiful journals, but I never use them as a journal. I use them in my books, and so I just take out the papers. They're sewn in, most of them, and they're just beautiful and they're lined, and I like the way that the pens write on them, so it's pretty cool. And then I just chose these papers too, as well as like this one, this pink one, just because of the pastel colors, right? So I have pink, green, and these yellow ones, and again, all this will be covered up somehow. Yeah, and so that's how I did this one. It would, oh, and blue ones. I have blue ones. So, yeah, and I put in 16 pages folded in half, right? And that gives me enough for the month. So, yeah, this is all done and ready to rock, and I'm excited. This goes back here. That goes back there. Oh, gosh, I have pain in my neck or my shoulder. I don't know. So that's how this is looking now, and I need to get started on it. I usually do not journal about my day on the day, just in case you're wondering. I journal about my day the next day. So, and I do, just so you know, I keep my notes in this right here, okay? It's just a plain old weekly agenda. And somebody had asked me, I think I'm sure I answered it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But this comes from Ecolo. It's made in Turkey and it's called 2 If by C Studios. So if that helps you out at all. And it just looks like this, right? And I just write in what's, like that, what's going on in my life. I just jot down little notes in here so that when I have time to come in here and work in my journal, I have my notes in here. Do I do it all the time? No, I do not. It's something that you need to form a habit in doing. And all these months I've been using this, I haven't formed the habit yet, but I'm still working on it. So that's what I use to keep my notes in so that I have them when I go back. Because let me tell you, yesterday I sat in here and finished up this book, and no lie, there were pages like back here that I hadn't even filled in yet. This one I just filled in yesterday, and it's it's on the 7th. This one I did yesterday. This one I did yesterday. So yeah, it doesn't matter to me if it's done on the day because I do have notes. Usually I have notes. So yeah, so I'm excited to get into this book. This is book number 50. I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh, but it's so lovely just looking up on my shelf and seeing all the books that I've created, and just with all the memories of like literally every day of my life since 2015. I think that's just crazy, but yeah, but I love that. And I can't wait. I love this little thing that my husband found. He's so cute. He always is just so thoughtful. And what else? And then, of course, yesterday I looked on our little island, and my husband had folded this and was getting rid of it, was going to put it in the recycle. And I'm like, no. Why? Because I've been watching yet again, a lot of Janet Nash. If you guys have not seen her videos, you need to go over and check them out. When you need to relax and you need to just have someone that is calming, just a calming spirit and soothing spirit, go over to Janet's channel. And I love her Friday videos because they are flip through Fridays, and she goes through her journals. And like a specific journal, the one that she just went through recently was a tea journal, and it was absolutely stunning. And they are true junk journals that, she made that one out of an envelope, and they're just gorgeous, and just, they're exploding with joy, and they're exploding with happiness, and exploding with colors and excitement, and they're just beautiful. I just love them. So when I saw this on the counter, I was like, oh, no sir, we're not throwing that out. So I really like this window here. And then I was looking in Daphne's diary, and I found this lady here, and I just love the way she looks. And I haven't decided if I'm going to cover this up or not, because in all honesty, actually I could go like that. Okay. In all honesty, I like to be able to see what I've used. I can add stickers or whatever to this, but I like that I can see that this used to be a cracker box. That's part of the whole junk journal thing, in my opinion. So I just thought of this now. I don't know. I don't even know. But I could cover this up, use this window, put her in here, and then on this side, maybe put something else. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but I do think that I'm going to bind it. Perhaps I might bind it by using my cinch, which is that hole punch thing, and then you put it's like a spiral thing. And I think that might be fun. Or what I could do is, I don't know, I'm still in the thinking process, obviously. But what I could do is, I do have those little rings, and I could put 3 rings in here, and that way I could possibly make pieces of art or make whatever I make, whether it's a tag or whatever. And then I could just punch the holes in and then I can keep adding to this, right? Generally speaking, I don't like using the rings only because it makes the book very like flimsy, like it moves around a lot. And I'm not a fan of that. However, that could be an idea because I really like the idea of being able to do something separately and then adding it in. And it doesn't have to be confined to the size of the book, you know, like I would have everything level on the bottom because then they'll go on a shelf, you know, so I don't want stuff hanging out the bottom, but I don't care if it's hanging out the top, sides, whatever, you know. So there's an idea that I'm working on. And this is going to be a journal for no reason as well. You know, it's just going to be a journal to keep special things, special bits of paper that I've saved over the years, you know, things that I've hoarded and all of that. Like I could take this out and put that in as just, you know, a nice little summer poem or something, you know, because I don't think it'll fit in here. Anyway, that's my idea, and I think it's fabulous, if I do say so myself. I just love that so much. Just a nice springy type journal, and yeah, because I love flowers. I love pink, and yeah, so this might be a fun thing too. And then I save these little things as well because I could easily put little clusters on here, make this like a little tab thing on a page that sticks out with, you know, ribbon and whatever the case is. You know, I just thought that these would be fun to save. So I could have easily saved a spine and made it just a regular book, but I really like the idea of being able to put in and take out papers. So I've been super inspired by Janet lately. And also this right here came from like my husband drinks those, what are they called? Like protein. He has a very limited diet. But yeah, I like this idea too. And just using this and making a sweet little tag out of it, you know, total junk. Like I'm so into this right now. And again, thank you so much, sweet Janet, because I love seeing hers. This was interesting. Okay. And it sparked, I thought about it when I was watching Janet because she always has her tea, you know, and of course, y'all beautiful British people, you have these dainty little cups, right? And what I noticed, and it just like dawned on me, right, is that the directions on here, I don't know if it's on here or not, but per cup. Okay, a cup is 8 ounces, right? Well, this is my coffee mug, but this is a huge mug, okay? Because everything in America is big, all right? And so when I was watching Janet drinking her tea, and I was like, "Ooh, I want some tea." So I made myself some tea, but what I thought of was her teacup is like a lot smaller. It's like half the size of my mug. And so let me know, my British friends, my dear British friends, I ended up putting 2 tea bags in my cup because my cup is well over 8 ounces. And when I make my tea, and I have an electric kettle and everything, because yes, it does make the tea taste better. I would use just 1 tea bag, and I thought, man, and I drink milk with mine as well, or cream I put cream in my tea, but I would think, wow, this is so watery. It's just like super, super watery, you know? Well, it's because I'm using 1 tea bag for more than 8 ounces. So I put in 2 and it was perfect. So I keep these little envelopes. And so one will go in here or I'll decorate something. Yeah. And then I always put these in my journal. And they make fabulous pockets too. Except not really these ones because these are perforated on the edge. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They do make really nice tabs. You could cut this part off and make a little tab. So many cute ideas. Again, another reason I love watching Janet too is because there are so many ideas in her journals, and it's like just making things out of literal scraps, and there it's amazing. It's opened up this whole new world to me, and I'm really super excited about it. So I can't wait to work on my other journal that I made, this one here, and this little one right here, which is just so fun, so fun. I think I have way too many pages in here, but I really enjoy it. And I would like to make this journal here. So many things to do, so many projects, so little time. That's what I always say. And of course, I always have a hard time doing multiple projects because it takes me, this is very time consuming for me. I love it. It's one of my passions, and it's something that I hope to never stop doing, is making these journals. In, in fact, what was I going to say? In fact, my sweet soon to be daughter-in-law, she sent me a picture of my daughter cooking dinner, and she said, "For your journals." So that was super sweet, you know? Yeah. It's always nice when your kids send you pictures, you know? And so that'll go in here somewhere. But I'm excited to work on this. This is very time consuming. It takes me a long while to, decorate the pages and get all my notes down and all that stuff. But I love it. And it is my passion. And I'm so excited that this is book number 50. But I also like to have these little wee projects so that, when I just need to come in here and create, and create not necessarily for a purpose, but just the purpose of having fun and relaxing and gluing paper to paper. And I just love that. I love it. So I can't wait to work on these other projects, and hopefully I'll bring you along for some of it. And that is about it. So boy, oh boy, that was a long video. Sorry about that. But let me know in the comments if the sound is any better. I really hope it is for you. And then I will just continue using my little, cord. I've got it like hooked all around, so hopefully it's not in the viewfinder. But anyway, yeah, lots of things to work on. And yeah, lots of fun to be had, let me tell you. I feel in a creative mood, so that's always good. And I hope you do too. I hope this gave you some ideas. It's super simple to make these journals, super duper simple. And yeah, I hope you've been inspired to make one for yourself. Don't forget, check those links below. All the people that I've mentioned are going to be on there. And yeah, go over and check them out and get inspiration. We all get inspired from each other, and I love that about this community. So check out the links, and I will bid you adieu. Yes, have a wonderful week. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you all real soon. Oh, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on anything that I'm working on if you care to see it. So, yep, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumb. Either which way, it doesn't really matter. And I just appreciate each and every one of you and want you to know that. So, I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.